Tensions on the Korean Peninsula have escalated to a new high. What's being reported now is that the Kaesong Industrial Park has now been closed to new people entering it, meaning economic activity there may be shutting down, possibly until some point in the foreseeable future. The Kaesong Industrial Park is actually a joint venture thing between North and South Korea, where South Korea invests in manufacturing within the DPRK and then paying their much lower wages. The same thing that the US does with China. It's the same kind of relationship. But this may be under a very serious threat right now, as the DPRK have cut off ties to it because of the increasing hostilities coming from South Korea, the puppet of the United States. The industrial park is home to more than 120 factories that employ more than 50,000 North Koreans and several hundred managers from the South. More than 850 Koreans were at Kaesong when the ban was announced, and very few have returned. Many stayed because they were afraid they won't be allowed back in. In some media, it's being claimed that they were being held hostage, but this has already been proven false, even by the mainstream media. It's a good example of how slanderous the media is towards the DPRK. Seoul says the South's firms pay about $80 million in wages each year to workers in the North. This is an important source of revenue for both countries, which makes the move questionable. The really telling moment here is not just that the DPRK is willing to harm economic ties in order to defend its position, that maybe if they harm the wallet of the aggressors, then maybe this will trigger something in their minds to make them realize the insanity of what it is that they're trying to push with the DPRK. What's really interesting here, and what's probably more important, is the level that the mainstream media is going to slander the DPRK. I mean, this claim basically lived and died in one day. It was created, claimed, and then debunked all within the same day. And no one seemed to criticize us at all. No one even really acknowledged, hey, we basically completely made up this claim about the DPRK and everybody's going to forget about it. Such is the amount of brainwashing that's done to people who oppose the existence of the People's Democratic Republic of Korea. They can literally make such an outlandish claim such as a mass hostage taking, and then the next day just completely forget that they ever said it. And it's interesting how this moment won't stick in the minds of people who oppose the existence of the DPRK. They will mysteriously just forget this moment and go back to hating the DPRK based on things that are highly questionable and sometimes downright insane. The North Korean government is taking an action that I don't actually necessarily agree with, because I think the revenue generated for the North Korean people through this economic cooperation is actually very important. But they have chosen the path that they're going to choose, and it's up to them to decide whether or not it's worth it.